Okay, fair warning. We can't chat about this episode without revealing massive spoilers, so come back once you've seen it. It's not like we're going anywhere. Hey, Commander Fennec here, and what's behind the red door was not really a surprise, and kind of a disappointment. I mean, the Borg, again? Each season of Picard has dealt with the Borg. It's getting a bit tiresome, frankly. And are we done with the changelings now? I have to admit that the link between these two antagonists is pretty flimsy at best, but yeah, where are they now? Although we don't see it on screen, the Borg probably killed them all during the assimilation, in classic villain fashion. And what's this about the Borg not having been heard from in over a decade? What about Borg Jurati? Or has that monstrosity been thankfully retconned? Some things didn't make sense, it's true, but there were elements I did like, especially since it's clear that compared to the show's 2 previous seasons, this story was thought out well in advance, and changelings aside, a lot made sense, with many hints being peppered throughout, like Picard's log at the very start. Talk about hiding in plain sight. And there's finally an explanation for how Picard could still hear the Borg during first contact. Nice of them to fix that after all this time, and incorporating it with his Irumodic syndrome diagnosis, although why would it have killed him if it wasn't actually that? Maybe Season 1 made a lot of mistakes that couldn't easily be ignored. What about the deal with the transporters? Okay, I have to admit, this was a pretty clever use of them. And yet another reason why you'll never see me use one of these infernal machines. I mean, replacing parts of my unique genetic code with generic ones? It's like turning a high-res image into a low-quality JPEG! Jack controlling people finally made sense, but his decision to confront the Queen was pretty foolish, especially on his own. Plus, you have to wonder why the Borg need him, really. Everyone's got that receiver DNA now, right? Seems unbelievable the Queen herself wouldn't have her own transmitter and would have needed Jack for that. And how did the genetic code he got from his dad turn from receiver to transmitter? So the story could happen? The entire thing's probably the weakest part of the story, truth be told. But it was fun they added a loophole to make sure our older heroes wouldn't be affected. Most convenient, to be sure. But what about Shaw? That was a shame. Another nail in the coffin for that Star Trek legacy idea fans have been pushing, eh? I've told them, over and over again, never count your chickens before they hatch. You should know. By the way, the entire Starfleet fleet looked pretty small, didn't it? Completely. I mean, it makes sense from the conspiracy point of view why the entire fleet would be brought in one place, but it looks like there were like 100 ships, at most. And what about that ending? It was a memberberry explosion. But this one, I loved, right down to the carpet. Plus, it made sense what they'd used the old girl one last time. It's hard to rate this episode as it's clearly the first of a 2-parter, but on the strength of the revelations, I'm awarding Vox 2.5 paws. So tell me, what did you think of this episode? Share your thoughts in the comments. Live long, and may the Force be with you.